Yeah, and we are live. Hey, I don't know. Every time I see the live thing, it just throws me off a little bit. Hey, it's my name is Bobby Legs, and welcome to another Sunday episode of Watch Soup. Special guest today, Sanjay and I. We are love to welcome our buddy Clayton from Watchdog Podcast. I've been on his podcast twice, and I think the first time we were talking about like metal and watches, right?
Yeah,
Heavy metal. And then the second time it was about Damascus, right?
Damasco.
You had picked up one up. And then Sanjay was on your podcast a couple of weeks ago talking Grand Seiko, right?
Yeah, he was twice in a row, back to back.
So was it one podcast split up into two, or was it he 2 weeks in a row? You had Sanjay with you.
Well, yeah, two weeks in a row we did Grand Seiko, and then we
Oh
did
wow, I
like
didn't realize that.
5 different subjects in the next one. It was a grab bag. We had to make a titanium hardness correction, and we had some unfinished business from the first one. So
that's what happened when you go on rabbit trails. You kind of have to double
That's
back.
awesome. Well, Clayton, how are you, man? Thanks for coming on.
Thank you guys for asking. It's an honor to be here. Yeah, I'm doing well. Busy weekend. Was in upstate New York. Did a Hudson River cruise for my father-in-law's 70th birthday. So
very nice.
We're back now. Yeah, it was a great weekend. Very, very beautiful. It was great. It was nice weather and just very scenic. So it was awesome.
Yeah. I mean that part of New York is really beautiful. I love that area. Very much so. Maybe one day, either move up there for to live after retirement, maybe, or even further Vermont. Whatever. I just like that area. It's just beautiful and green. What do you got on wrist, man? What do you have?
Wearing my Weiss ultralight titanium field watch. I just got it back after 4 months back at Weiss to get some dust off the dial.
Yeah.
Boy, it was a long wait, but happy to have it back, and I've been wearing it pretty much ever since. So
yeah, you're one of the first people I know that actually got one. I mean, I know they've been around for a little while, but I never knew anybody who got a Weiss, and you picked one up, and it's awesome. I also field watch. What does that have? 6498 movement on it.
It has their caliber 1003, which is like the modified ETAs with the hacking, with the special hacking. Yeah. So
gotcha. That's awesome, man. Awesome. Good looking watch.
The aluminum movement as well.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So cool.
Yeah. Yeah, the case back on that is pretty awesome, right? I mean, that's the.
It's on a NATO, but I can bear with me.
Yeah, I'll zoom.
Undress it here.
I'll give you a solo layout. Oh yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, sweet watch.
Hey Sanjay, what's up?
Hey, not too much. How are you?
What have you been up to?
Usual.
Yeah.
Mowing the lawn.
Not watching movies.
Not watching movies. Playing board games with the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting coffee. Not at Tim Hortons. You don't like Tim Hortons, right?
No, I don't like Tim Hortons. I like McDonald's.
McDonald's makes a good cup of coffee, man. I'm surprised. They do.
Yeah.
What do you got on rest today?
I got my Alpinist.
Yes, the new one. The new one. We're going to be talking a little bit about that in a few.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So I picked it up last week along with the Planet Ocean, and been
along with the Planet Ocean.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Last week.
No big deal.
I'm 8 days strong on my watch fast. So
come on.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. It's a fast. I have my still wearing the micro that I got from Germany. This Heinrich Tasha. I just love the dial. The dial's really awesome. Cool bracelet. Enjoying my time with it.
Do you know what Tauka means?
It means diver. No.
Yeah.
Tasha,
so cool that it's all in German. I was really.
Yeah, that is cool.
Geeking out about that.
I had no idea what it meant. I just figured, okay, that's just some German word, and I never thought to like look it up, right? And then I had Wolfgang Heinrich on a stream. I don't know, earlier this year I think it was, and he was like, "Oh, it just means diver." I'm like, "Oh, well, yeah, of course." Right?
The only reason I know is I used to have the Oris Meistertaucher, so master diver. And when I saw the Heinrich Taucher, I was like, oh, it's a diver there.
So it is Taucher or Tauscher? It's
Taucher.
Taucher. Yeah. Okay. I say it wrong.
Well, that's fine. Yoma shop. So
yeah, right. Yoma shop. Right. Oh man. Okay. It's starting already. Anyway, let's before we get started, let's check in with the chat and see what they're doing and what they're wearing on wrist. We got BDev already here. Jean-Claude is here. What's up, buddy? Hey, Peter. How you doing? What's going on? Oh, Kai's here. All right. Trouble. Don't cause too much trouble. Don't cause too much trouble. AZ Clayton, what's up? Not too many fans of Gringa. We've had her on for almost a couple weeks in a row, but
sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Don't worry.
I share those sentiments, to be honest.
Yeah,
actually, but
yeah. I mean, it's for me, she's hit or miss, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Yeah. She's not in any kind of like streak like You're Terrific is on with Sanjay here with the reviews. I think it's like this is like the 15th week in a row. Bill K, how you doing? What's going on? Chaz from the Berg is here. What's up, Chaz? Hey, there's Wilson. Bruce, what's going on, buddy? Young XLNC or Young Excellency, as I've heard other people say. Dib is here. What is up, Dib? Hey, there's Keith. What's going on, man? Keith was on your stream last night.
Yeah.
You had quite the stream yesterday, man. I looked up and it was like the Brady Bunch, man. There was like six people there, man. Holy cow!
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to have that many people. Yeah.
Rich Ross is here. What's up? Mark is here. Hola. Nilo is here as well. Watchdog podcast.
Hey, Keith.
Is that so you? I mean, did you always knew that you're doing that, like Watchdog, or just?
I'll have to go back and listen. I have no idea. I honestly could not tell you when that started or how it started. I have no idea.
I love it. I love it. I think it's a cool way to do it. I
don't know.
Nah, you can't stop it now. You know.
I thought about being like the Simpsons and just doing a different one every single time, like the end where they sit on the couch is different. Just although this is Watchdog podcast, just rush through it one week and do it another way. Do it in Cockney accent, like
no, don't do it. Ken is here, checking in for Pittsburgh. Caliber YQG. Hey, Craig's here. What's up, Craig?
Yes, I'm awake.
Scott, what's up? How you doing, Scott? Mr. Meltzer, how you doing, sir? Is here. Yes, watches. Again with the StreamYard skipping me around. It happens to you, right, Sanjay? I know we talked about this. Yeah, they do it all the time. So sorry, guys, if I missed a couple. James is here. It's Yocker. Yasher. Yasher.
That's a good one.
Hey, John, how you doing?
Hi, John.
Random, I'm not going to believe this. Wearing the sub. Oh, wow, that's a surprise. No, good for you, man. Good for you. Hey, Chris, what's up, man? He's been off this week. He was on the stream, Friday night stream on Friday night, so it was good to have Chris on there.
Yeah.
Way's here. What's up, Way? Hey, watch Chris. What's going on? Ooh, Zelos Mirage 8 days on wrist tonight. Very nice. Very nice.
Wow.
Hey, Josh is here. What's up, man? I just saw Josh earlier. Condescending Luxury. Hey, buddy. What's going on? I don't think I've seen you in a little bit. About Time is here. Oh, James is here. I saw Justin. He's another troublemaker. That sounds amazing. Little yawning always sound rounds out the summer. Okay. I think he was talking to James. Okay. Ms. Dean's here. What's up, sir? Jerry. Hey, Jerry's here. What's up, man?
Hey, Jerry.
Always a good time when Jerry shows up. Kevin's here. So, the Farron. What's up, man?
You missed Junior Janssen.
Did I really?
I'm sorry.
Junior Janssen. Did you just come up with that, or did somebody else come up? Okay.
No, I did come up with that.
Okay. So they make fun. I accidentally Clayton, I accidentally said Yoma Shop for Joma Shop like 5 million streams ago, and so now everybody just like puts Y's in front of everything for me. First it was the hands, now it's Yoma Shop.
It comes from a place of love.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah, totally. Has nothing to do with busting balls. No, nothing.
You only do that to the people you love, right?
That's true. Yeah. That's true. So no scintillating comments last week. So we're gonna go straight to Sanjay's review segment. Sanjay, let us know what we should have been watching this week.
Sounds good. I'm gonna start off with the usual. You guys should just go subscribe to You're Terrific.
Yeah.
He did a great review on the Formex Essence 39. I really like the Essence. I know I give Formex a hard time with the name. I always come up with these ads making fun of the name, kind of like, because Formex, I don't know if you guys have Permatex in the US. They make all sorts of epoxies and windshield repair kits. So whenever I hear Formex, I think of Permatex. And so I always kind of poke fun at the name. But the Essence, like this watch is really, really cool. I thought it looked like a tarp, the dial, in certain lights. But it was a really cool dial because it had grooves kind of like the Aquaterra, and then it had vertical brushing on the dial. So it looked really cool. You're Terrific did a great job as usual with all the jokes and the puns that kind of are slid in there, and he says it in like a monotone way. So you have to kind of think about it. And did he just say that? Kind of. So yeah, just a great review. He mentioned something that was really interesting about the suspension system on the Formex Essence. I always thought that it was kind of rigid from what I've seen on videos. I also think this about the Pelagos's spring clasp. You kind of have to wear it super tight for it to be of any use to you. Because when I owned the Pelagos, I never used that because the watch was far too tight. But I wear my watches a bit loose. So, but yeah. So he mentioned that about the suspension system with the case, how this case is on springs. But yeah, did you guys get a chance to catch this review?
Yes.
I did. And do you want to go ahead, Clayton, and give us your...
I was going to say, this was my intro to your boy there. You're Terrific. I love his sort of dry delivery and his timing. It's just perfect. You're not sure if you're supposed to be laughing, but you definitely do. So I think I'm still like one of the only people who actually prefers Formex old logo, the spark plug company industrial. I actually prefer the way those look. It's a great watch. That color green is really nice. I think it's great that they made that in a 39 millimeter. It's going to be huge for them. I'm sure it already is. It's a great watch. I don't know. I've never tried one on, so have no idea. I tend to wear my watches tight, so maybe the suspension system would work for me. Actually, I don't know if it's a gimmick deal or not, but
I for the life of me cannot figure out why I haven't got one in the channel for review or bought one, because I like their watches. I really do. I like their lineup. I don't mind the name. I know the name is divisive. I don't mind it. I kind of like it written out on the or printed out on the dial. I prefer that over what they're doing now. But this watch was beautiful. The green is great. I like how he says, well, it's green. It's green. It's not like any kind of green. It's green.
Pea green.
Yeah. And I like the look. I like it. And for I don't recall, but I'm pretty sure this is probably also chronometer certified. But they have a lot of watches that are chronometer certified that are very affordable, and with some of this other great tech that they have, the suspension system, which only really works right, as you said, when you wear it tight. I wear it loose, my watch a little bit loose. I don't know if I would benefit from that, but so what? It's nice to see that it has it. No, I dig it. I dig the watch. One of these days, hopefully I'll get one in, or I might just buy one day. I mean, they're just good looking watches.
Yeah, for sure. Next up, We had Escapement and Watch. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. He's actually very close to me. He's a local guy. I've been following him for a long time, and he's kind of exploded because he does a lot of the popular Seikos. So all the new Seikos, he has a great relationship with an AD locally, and he gets those watches in. He's a hard worker, and he just pumps out those videos, and he does a great job too with the video reviews, with the visuals and the cinematography. So kind of like Random Rob. He reminds me of Random Rob, but different personality. Kind of a young hipster kind of personality versus Random Rob's kind of more of a subdued, subtle kind of guy, you know. But yeah, they both provide that really great service to the watch community because they just show these watches one after the other. He did a review recently of the Longines Silver Arrow, and I remember being really excited for this way back when they announced it. And I guess Longines is only just getting this out into the market now, and it's a really beautiful watch. It's cream dial. It's got like he mentioned, it was like a serrated serrated indices, which play with the light really well. No, really next to no dial text, just the brand, which is really nice. And I was excited to see the profile of this watch. It's kind of curved. Longines has been used to have really long lugs, and they were like flat, and so I couldn't wear the sector dial, and really reluctantly I ended up selling it. Also had issues with the hand lengths, but this one looks perfect, and I was really impressed with this watch. I was really impressed with the review as well. Yeah, interesting fellow. I don't know, have you guys had a chance to see his videos in the past?
This is the first time I've had any experience watching any of these videos, and but I just love another Longines model that I didn't know about that I end up loving. Why, oh why don't we have more Longines in our collections? I don't know. Such a beautiful watch. I loved it. Good review. And he pointed out a lot of good things. But man, I didn't even I could almost not even hear him after a while. I was just staring at that watch for so long.
Yeah.
It's such a great looking piece. Again, I don't know why I don't have. I'm going to say this about every watch that we talk about tonight. Well, maybe except for the next one that you're going to bring up.
Yeah.
But why I don't have this in my collection or Longines collection, I don't know. Clayton, what did you think?
Yeah, one of my goals actually that I set for myself was this year to actually add a Longines to my collection because I've wanted to for so long. And I think it will probably be the Big Eye Avigation, the titanium with the blue dial. I love that chronograph. But this watch, like you said, is stunning. The case polishing was so beautiful, and I love those indices. And yeah, I've been watching his channel for quite some time. He also gets some pretty killer Rolex models in as well. I think that boosts yeah, because he's really taken off. So good for him. Yeah, he's prolific. He really cranks them out. They're all very well done. And his theme song gets stuck in my head.
The theme song that gets stuck in my head is the Mad Watch Collector's theme song. How's that for a segue? Next up was actually his video on the Alpinist reissue, SJE 085. This was a great review. It was very well-rounded. He thought of everything. Like he thought about taking the Alpinist comes in a bun strap, and he thought of taking out the bun part and wearing the watch without it, and he couldn't do it because there was a huge tail sticking out the side because there's no floating keeper. So he mentioned that for smaller wristed people, that's a great service. He did a great review. And all his characters come up. So if you guys haven't seen the Mad Watch Collector's reviews, he has the Time TARDIS, Mr. Pagani, the Bezel Federation World, if it's a live watch. So really great, fun reviews. Reminds me of kids shows, I guess, but in a good way. Just very nostalgic for it. It's actually the watch I have, so eventually I hope to be doing a review myself, and I was really excited to see him post one as I got mine. So Yeah.
Clayton, you wanna?
Yeah, he's great. This watch is beautiful. It's a little smaller than I personally would go for, but I think it looks great. It definitely, I'm really fond of the vintage aesthetic overall. So you get that in spades with this watch. I don't know if I would leave it on the bunch strap or not, but it goes with anything, as as he proved and as Sanjay has as well. So yeah, just a beautiful watch, and that was a great pickup for you, Sanjay. Really happy that you just casually went and got that in the PO.
last week.
Yeah, just whatever.
Yeah,
along
two
with
killer watches. Yeah.
yeah. He kills 2 watches at once. That's
Yeah.
magic. So I okay. I mean, so I love Russell, and I love the review. It's very entertaining. The watch itself, likely a little bit small for me anyway. The measurements, the bunch strap's got to go. So I am not a Seiko path, right? So the fact that it doesn't say Alpinist on it doesn't really bother me as much. The fact that it has a date window on it and where it is. Well, the only thing I have a problem with that date window is the inner kind of like track of I think the indices, minute indices, and it kind of interrupts that a little bit.
Yeah.
So that would probably bother me a little bit, but other than that, it's not a huge deal breaker. I mean, it's a good looking watch. Not for me, but it's a good looking watch for sure.
It's really not that small. It's almost 37 millimeters. So I don't know. Like it fills my wrist.
Yeah.
I know I only have a 6 1/4 inch wrist, but I think it's pretty good.
The price tag is pretty steep too, and I understand it's limited.
Yes,
but it is pretty steep.
Yeah.
But I mean, look, I mean, if you're a fan of that watch, you're gonna buy it, right?
Yeah. I was hoping not to buy it, but it was just too good.
Just because, so it was Wednesday for you, so you're just like, I'm just gonna buy it. Let's catch up with the chat and see what they think. Watchdog podcast, the JRE of the watch world. Justin, the Franz looked cool in the glass case. I think he's talking about the Formex. Fine people at Rolex generally don't pull out the watches for dregs like me. Maybe not. Maybe he's talking about something else. Okay.
Palm Franz.
Although yeah. Okay, that's right. Why? I keep on thinking of prawns, like shrimp. Maybe because I like shrimp parm. Prawn parm. Huge improvement with the new formats out of that, man. That's another thing. I just opened up another door in the chat. They're gonna make fun of me with that.
I'm with you. I like the old one too. I'm with you.
The 39 millimeter Formex is the first micro I've considered since the last Notice or Helios release.
Wow.
Hot take by James there. Craig is saying if your wrist expands and the adjustable clasp is on the springs of the Pelagos, the watch will be tight on your wrist because the springs are way too stiff. Okay.
That's what I found too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Cassioke. Late to the party. Nah, you're not. You're good. You're good. Wrist Ross, speaking of pronunciations, do we have a consensus on Pelagos? Surely it's pronounced the same as archipelago. Pelagos.
Archipelago?
Or is that how you say it in Canada?
Yeah, I've always said Pelagos, so
yeah,
and I've said archipelago, so yeah.
Yeah, I say now I don't know how I said. How did I say it? Archipelago. Yeah, it's an archipelago. Yeah, no, that's how you say it. But I don't know. But I think I go back and forth with Pelagos and Pelagos.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. I say Pelagos. Why say Pelagos? I don't know. Man, it's so confusing.
Zealous and Zelos all over again.
Oh, totally.
Echo Drive, Eco Drive is the one I always go back and forth with. I'll call it the both of those. Like if I'm talking about it each time, it's going to be Echo, then it's going to be Eco.
Yeah.
Broke Watch Fanatic, you're terrific as some comedic narration. I wish I could get on his level someday as far as video. Yeah, I mean he's great, man. He really nails everything about the review. Good review content, watches that people want to see, great narration, great filmmaking. He's awesome. He's gonna be. I mean, he's getting big now. He's gonna get really, really big, no doubt. Yeah. Okay, let's see. If you want a large watch fan followers on YouTube, just review a lot of Seiko watches. Cannot really go wrong there. All right. Well, I mean, maybe they just like Seikos, but I hear you. Seikos and Rolex, right?
And G-Shock.
And G-Shock.
Falling Titan is a definite Seiko path, I would think.
Oh,
Escape
yeah.
and Watch, yeah, he loves Seiko. I think that's genuine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's see here. Every tall person needs long jeans in their collection.
That's good.
Looking good in those jeans. I think is that from Justin? Is that from Eddie Murphy Delirious when he meets Mr. T or something like that? Oh, if Mr. T. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. I think now I realize the rest of that bit. Gotta get in those jeans. Okay. We had a lot of long jeans in recently.
Yeah.
The right Longines hasn't arrived yet for my collection. Okay. All right. I think James Duffy's with you, the Big Eye Gang here. Okay. Hey, Tennessee Mike is here. How you doing, buddy?
Mike.
Nick's Pick Watch Reviews is a fairly new channel, but has some nice reviews on with B-roll and line shots. Okay.
Loom shots.
I think it's loom shots.
Oh, loom shots. Okay. I'm like, damn, I'm Anchorman, man. I read what I read
doing
what's on the
tequila
card.
shots and then biting into a lime. I'm intrigued here.
Yeah, no. I mean, you put it there. I'm gonna read it. Read the way it is. All right. I thought that was weird. Fellows, they are bun straps. The other thing is a type of cake. Thank you.
Yep.
Bunt.
Bund.
Bunstrap. Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's get right into the meat and potatoes, right? Watch reviews. And Sanjay, since you're on a roll, let's go. Let's start with you.
Yeah.
Let us know about this video.
Sounds good. I thought this would be a fun video to go through because you guys both own a Tudor Black Bay 58. Clayton, you just got one, and maybe we can go about trying to get you out of love with it. No, it probably won't work out that way because these are really trivial stuff that he brought up. So the Talking Hands guy from Watchfinder came up with this video. Everyone kind of knows that he loves the Tudor Black Bay 58, and he said it's the perfect watch in a previous video. He also made this video really subjective, and I found that really interesting. So I'll go through the 5 points that he was saying what's annoying about the Black Bay 58, and maybe we can go through them real quick after. But first one is he was saying that it's a sapphire crystal. This is a vintage inspired watch. It should have a hesselite or acrylic crystal. And the sapphire crystal just doesn't look as good. The second one was the bezel knurling. He said it feels cheap. It's just straight cut and gross feeling. Third one was the Tudor logo is just a boring shield logo. There's no rose. Which is what it should be because it's vintage. I think I'm adding words there, but he said it's just a boring shield logo. Fourth one was there's far too much dial text. He does not want to know what all is inside the watch because you know what's inside it once you purchase a watch. Fifth one was kind of a cheat reason. He said that the people who hate the snowflake hands are annoying. So not really anything to do with the watch, but the people in the watch community. And I guess the whole video was kind of tongue in cheek. If I were to add a con would be the clasp sucks for anyone who has a wrist smaller than 6.5 inches. Because it is around 54 millimeters long, which is far too long. And it was protruding out of both sides of my wrist, which is why I ended up selling mine. But anyway, do you guys want to go through this? How about the sapphire crystal, Clayton? Would you buy the Tudor Black Bay 58 if you had a plexiglass crystal?
I probably would.
Yeah.
I think that's cool, and I don't mind if it. I really, scratches don't bother me a ton. So if it, just polywash it out. But no, I had the Laurier Neptune, and the only reason I sold that is because I got the Black Bay, my first go around with the Black Bay 58, because I thought maybe they were a little redundant. But no, I absolutely love it. I'm a vintage aesthetic, not a vintage watch person, but going for that vintage look. So no, I absolutely love it. I have seen a lot of people online complain about getting scratches in this sapphire crystal.
Really?
Yeah, I think Homer had years ago had his Black Bay 58 on. I think Random Rob may have even bought it, and that one had a scratch. And then I've seen it on the Facebook groups a couple times. So I'm not sure what that's all about. People are hanging around diamonds a lot, or if just scratches easy. I don't know.
Yeah. So would you prefer a plexiglass over the sapphire?
No, I mean, if I had my choice, I'd go sapphire. But no, I wouldn't hate it.
Okay, cool. How about you, Rob?
Yeah, I mean, to me, the crystal is fine. And if it had plexiglass, if it had the plexiglass, it wouldn't be a deal breaker for me because to me, what defines that watch is the gilt. It's the snowflake hands. It's the size of it, how it fits great on my wrist. I don't have an issue with the clasp.
Yeah.
Because my wrist is I have a 6 3/4 inch wrist. So yeah, okay. I mean, if it was there, it was there. I mean, I think I'd rather prefer the crystal. I've not had an issue with scratching the crystal at all, and I've had it for almost 2 years. So yeah, crystal's fine. Yeah, no problem with it.
Yeah, I think the sapphire crystal is good too.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and you've had this watch, yeah. So you've had this watch, so I mean, like, yeah.
I have mine here for reference if we need it. So
yeah, there you go.
Brought it out.
and you can really have, like, it only takes one freak particle on a cleaning cloth to cause a scratch on a sapphire. So it's very unlikely, but it can happen, and it's not really the sapphire's fault. I don't think. It could have been anything that caused that scratch.
Right.
But yeah, the second one was the bezel knurling. This one I really didn't notice at all in my time with it. I didn't think it felt cheap. But how about you guys?
No, not at all. I mean, I'm totally fine with that knurling. I think it fits the watch fine. I mean, I can't imagine. I'm sure if it came with a different type of knurling, more scalloped knurling, it'd be fine too. I mean, I don't know. You know what's nice about it? It doesn't detract from the bezel insert itself, right? So it's so subtle that it looks very, very clean. And I've never had a problem gripping it or turning it. You know what I mean? It's still one of the best bezel actions I've ever had in any watch that I've ever handled or owned. So I don't have an issue with the knurling.
Yeah, I wish there was a little more purchase area to actually grip. The grip is fine, but a little more purchase area to get your fingers to give it a good. Because I'm a fidget spinner, so I love to play with the bezel, and the bezel action's great. But sometimes I wish there was a slightly more, area to grip it.
Yeah,
because it's flush with the case, so it can be hard to grip. Yeah, I did notice that with my time with it, but yeah, I never thought it felt cheap or anything.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah. Next up was the Tudor rose logo. Would you guys prefer the rose logo on there?
I think so.
I think, I mean, I think that would have been a nice little touch, especially since when they brought back the original, when they brought in the Black Bay line in the early 2010s. They had that, and so that would have been a nice little consistency. I know it's consistent with the more recent regular Black Bay divers. But it would have been nice. I mean, again, not a deal breaker. But it would have. If you gave me a choice, would you rather have the rose or the shield? I would say, yeah, give me the rose. Why not?
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yep.
I actually really like the shield. I think the shield is really cool.
The shield's cool too. Yeah, I got no problem with it.
We get the rose on the crown, so we still get it.
Yeah, that's right. Get my rose fix.
Yeah.
Fourth one was too much dial text. Did you guys have this impression when you had it?
No.
Just 3 lines.
No.
Yeah, me neither.
Fine.
The Pelagos is kind of excessive with its 5 lines, but
yeah.
Here I didn't think so either. And the fifth one, the people who hate snowflake hands are annoying. I
I
don't
used to
really
be one
know.
of those people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always like the snowflake hands. I really like Pete's description of the snowflake hands. It's as elegant as a giraffe on ice skates. But I like the snowflake hands. I don't see people who don't like it being annoying.
Yeah.
No.
No,
Yeah,
well,
really.
because I feel for them because I was
Yeah,
them at one point. You know what I mean? Like I hated it,
yeah.
hated it, and then I just started liking it.
Well,
I
So
think on my podcast, Bobby literally said he wanted to kill the people that invented the snowflake hands. I
I
think
may
that's a
have said
direct
that.
wow.
quote.
I may have
He
said that.
really didn't like it.
Yeah.
I might have been a little bit more angrier back then.
Yeah, so that's it for my choice. It was a fun video, tongue in cheek,
Very,
Yeah,
very
very
yeah.
smart.
fun. Yeah, yeah. Always Watchfinder. Always good stuff. Good filming and editing.
Yeah.
Great. Let's see what the chat has to say. Stay classy, San Diego. Yep. Peter noticing that Sanjay's a bit feisty tonight. Okay.
I had a cold brew, iced coffee,
Ah,
not
yeah, that
not a
explains a lot.
beer.
That'll do it.
So I'm a
Explains a
little
lot.
jumpy.
This is Bobby Legs. Okay. Another. Okay. Um, hey, Rasan, what's up? Thank you for joining us. Sympathy for the bezel. Love my 58. Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Craig's like, I'm glad I didn't watch the Watchfinder video. Tudor Black Bay 58 is like dating a pretty girl only to find out her sister is a knockout sub. Ooh.
Yeah, and Clayton has both.
I have both.
Yeah. So
They're,
you're dating two sisters.
I dumped the Black Bay 58 for the sub and then realized I wanted her back, so got her back.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, right. So the Black Bay is the one that, after you take for granted, right?
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
and then the relationship ends and then you're like, what was I thinking? I had it so good. But then you got the sub and you got the hot new thing.
Yeah.
And you have both. You have the best of both worlds. Wow. I'm
Yeah.
trying. I was trying there with that. I'm sorry. I think that didn't land too well.
New Jersey native Cinderella, what they say, you don't know what you got till it's gone.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. Cinderella, great
Yeah.
band, great band. Hairband, great hairband. Love my Tudor Fast Rider though. Wearing it now, excellent. The new Seamaster 300 is nice. Honestly, I can't take anyone seriously who reviews or makes an editorial about a watch that they sell. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Understandable.
I might buy a 58 if I modded it. Oh, all right. Justin has chipped Sapphire before.
I did too with my Oris Diver 65 in my sleep.
Keith was at the Tudor AD today, and no BB58s in the case. People still love them. That's for sure. I think so. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, when I sold my blue, I sold it to Crown and Caliber, and I got my money back. Which I never expected. So. Kevin, I have the BB58 blue, very well made and handsome watch, but I don't find myself wearing it that much. Kevin, if you want a NATO strap, I have an awesome NATO strap that I had with my BB58 blue, and it looked great on it. It really matched the blue of the dial. Let me know. I'll send it to you if you want to try it. I don't know if you're a NATO strap guy or not. The rose is infinitely better than the shield. Okay, strong words, Justin. Okay, so Ross, the shield logo has been around for a long time. It was on the dial in the early Snowflake hand watches, including the MN. Okay, fair enough. Dib is saying the blues in this case in his AD. Hey, Collins here. I had the blue and the Black Bay 58, sold them both, but I could see myself getting one again. Ooh. All right. Awesome. Okay, so let's let's keep going here, and let's jump to the next one. And it's the time teller. Swatch Group ruins everything. And so I'm going to pick up on some general points that I got from this. Um, Basically, I think what his focus was here in the States, how the Swatch Group has so many great brands, but you don't really seem to know that they have all these great brands, right? Because they really showcase Omega a lot, and Hamilton, and he brings up the point that Hamilton is. I think he brings up the point that Hamilton is like a Hollywood darling. It's like in every Hollywood movie, or if I'm blending two videos, I'm not sure, but I've seen.
Right.
Yeah, I've seen so many lately, but they have the likes of Breguet, and they have the likes of Blancpain, and he named some brands that, like, like Mito, and Certina, modern Certina, and also Longines. Now, I think I'm more and more aware of Longines these days. I don't know if it's because of marketing or not, or if it's because I'm in a watch community surrounded by enthusiasts, and it gets kind of a spread around that way. But I looked up Certina, and Certina has like no, modern Certina has no locations here in the U.S. No, like ADs. Like, so I'm sure you could probably find a Certina, but it's not necessarily readily available. And Mito, like, I really don't know much about Mito either. But from what I hear, it's a great brand, and makes a lot of great models. So is Swatch Group ruining? Well, it seems like they're ruining themselves. Are they doing that, or are they, like, betting it all on their main horse here, which is Omega, which is a metaphor for Omega?
It seems like they market different brands in different countries. I was reading through some of the comments, and like Hamilton does not get a lot of play in Europe at all. Somebody in Poland, I remember Pete from Not So Obvious Watches saying like they have no footprint in Australia whatsoever, but Longines is, huge in Europe. So I don't know. It's weird. I've seen a lot of Longines billboards around. There's one in Providence right now, and I remember that drive to New York and back. I saw a couple, which I was like, oh wow, it's odd.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think they just, I don't know why, but I think they market different brands in different countries and then just totally ignore them in others for whatever reason.
Sergio, what do you think?
I was surprised he said that Rado was not well
That's
known
true.
in the US.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but Rado is everywhere here in Toronto. There's a Rado, like I can go down the street and there's a Rado right there. So there's a lot of Rado ADs here in the Toronto area, but I don't know about you guys. Longines is really big here too. So there's
Yep.
every boutique, every AD that has Rado has Longines here. So Certina and Mito used to be around a bit more. I think they've kind of dialed back on the Mito. They must have not been selling too well, because the one AD that had Mito no longer has it here anymore. Another one went out of business. So yeah, we're kind of out of Mito. But I've never seen a Certina in this area. Omega is everywhere, as is expected. But
Yeah.
yeah,
But so then let's think of it this way. And I get that, they may market some brands here because they sell better. I get that. I get that there's some of that. But I mean, I don't know. I don't remember the last time, and I do check what people are wearing and watch wise, right? Um, and uh, and I'm talking like the average civilian that's not a watch enthusiast. And man, I can't remember the last time I saw anybody wear a Longines. I can't remember the last time. I've never seen anybody wear a Mito or a Certina. I only see digital watches, so either like Timex or G-Shock, or Casio. Seiko. I see a lot of Seiko, and yeah, and that's about it. I don't see any of these other brands.
yeah,
Um, so I don't know. I think it's strong for time tellers saying that Swatch Group ruins everything in this aspect, right? I mean, maybe they
mhm,
ruin everything else. Maybe they don't pay enough attention to brands like they should, like Breguet or Blancpain or whatever. Maybe maybe they leave them out of a lot of things. I don't know. But at the same time, your regular average watch person is only wearing Seiko and G-Shock. So maybe the message is not getting out.
Yeah,
I had a Mito earlier this year, the Ocean Star Tribute. I got it on, I don't know, was it Nordstrom's or something for, it's like $1,000 watch. I got it a few $100s off, bought it with credit card points. And yeah, it was great. High polish everywhere, bracelet. It had a really great bracelet, just awesome. I ended up moving it on when I got the sub.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was an awesome watch. But I know Craig has the GMT, and I've seen that in person, and it's very impressive.
Yeah.
Yep.
James is saying Hamilton is loved by so many and huge on social media. Very true. Clandestine, I can see a Hamilton in my watch box by the end of the year. Have a particular one in mind. Yeah, I mean, I think, look, I checked off that Hamilton, check with the khaki field mechanical. I think that's a watch that is almost like you almost need to like experience that watch. There's some other Hamilton watches that I like too. I see them in social media. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You were considering the bronze khaki field, right?
I was, just because it was a bronze watch that wasn't a diver and
egregiously expensive.
Yeah. I mean, it's still a little expensive. I mean, I would wait, but I mean, I don't know. I go back and forth with needing to have a bronze in my collection. I think I like the idea of it. Certina not sold here. I know a lot of people are down on Tyne Tyler in general. I understand that, but I just thought it was an interesting topic. Longines is huge amongst enthusiasts now because of all the reissued, as well as the brand's long history with mil-spec pieces like the Dirty Dozen. Okay, fair enough. Scott had a Certina diver. Great watch, loves it. Craig agreeing with Clayton. Different brands marketed in different countries. Longines makes the most attractive stuff in their price bracket, in my opinion. They're killing it with reviews. Absolutely, Colin. I totally agree with that. Still, I always like scratch my head. I'm like, why am I not adding any Longines in my collection though? Why? There's got to be a reason why. I don't know. I don't know if it would have long staying power. I don't know.
The movements they give you are for the money are really they're really good movements.
Yeah.
Silicon 2892 based. Really good stuff.
No, absolutely. Risk Frost, agree. Rado's everywhere. A ton of Macy's stores.
I was reading the comments section of that video, and there was somebody from Pakistan, and he said Rado is huge in his country, and it's actually given for special gifts. Everybody gives Rado watches, so it's really interesting how certain brands, play in certain countries. I find that interesting.
I can actually attest to that as well, because my dad's watch was a Rado Purple Horse, and it was like his treasure.
Wow.
So
cool.
Yeah, it's pretty close to Rolex Rado in South Asian countries. So
I think Way saying Certina is a big in Europe. They just don't sell in US. Fitbit is a close second. Legend diver bronze for Bobby. I don't want another bronze diver. I mean, I don't want another diver.
The long lugs on that watch, I would have had one a long time ago. The lugs aren't they like 52 or something? They're just too long for I had a Hamilton Murph, and that's the number one reason I just didn't love the lugs hanging over my wrist.
Yeah.
I almost bought the 36 mil Legend diver, but it has a lesser movement, like a really old movement. So I passed.
Wilson saying his dad had a gold Longines back in the day. It was stolen in a burglary. Unfortunately, oh man, I feel for you. My father had a Bulova. I think it was a Bulova, or a Bulova Bulgari. It was one of the Bs, and it's from the late 70s, early 80s. And he passed away in 86, and a couple years later, our apartment got broken in, and that was like one of the things that was taken. I was so pissed. And for the life of me, I can't remember exactly what it looks like. So like, it's not like I can go back and get like one that looks like it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a bummer. So I feel for you, Wilson, and your father. Okay, so let's jump into our final topic, video, and this is one that Clayton picked out. So all you guys who are tired of Watch Gringa, direct your anger towards him. Clayton, tell us about this video.
I'm not convinced about her either. I only subscribed last week after I saw Watch Soup when you talked about her last week.
Oh, you blaming me for that, man?
Yeah, so I blame you. So don't yell at me. Yell at them. But you're terrific. I think I'm going to binge watch because he's awesome. Anyway, so she just gave her Quartz Crisis, or was it a Quartz Revolution? She gave a history lesson. We'll just go over it quickly. A lot of us, I think, know. So she talked about how watches were really only for the elites up until like the 1940s. Swiss watchmaking took off because they were neutral. During World War II, their neutrality, they just sold watches to everybody, and they got 50% of the market prior to the 1970s. She made an analogy about the horse and buggy. Once the horse and buggy was at the top of horse and buggy technology, the automobile came along, and bye horse and buggy, right? So she said the Quartz crisis or revolution was like that. They were more affordable. The Astron was the first one in 1969, took over. Swiss were, years and years and centuries of mechanical watchmaking, and they were very slow to adapt. They're proud of that, so they were slow to adapt. Meanwhile, Japan and America really capitalized. She said in 1970 there were 1,600 Swiss watch brands, and by 1983 there were 600.
Mm-hmm.
And then she just kind of waxed poetic. Quartz watches put watches on a lot of people's wrists. Kids wore Quartz watches. You saw them everywhere. Casio, Timex. They were more affordable. It really enabled everybody to wear a watch. And I sort of had a springboard question that I thought she was going to touch on, but she didn't. So with people our age, maybe getting in, who aren't watch enthusiasts, getting into smart watches, and then kids, their first watches in many cases are going to be smart watches now. Do you think Quartz may face the same type of issue at some point, maybe not now, maybe not 10, 20 years, that they put automatics out of business there for a while for the most part? Do you think that's going to happen with Quartz watches? That was sort of my end springboard question to this video.
Sanjay?
I don't think so. I think Quartz is too cheap. So like the cheap Quartz watches that are mass produced, all plastic stuff, they're far too cheap. Like they cost a couple of pennies when you're scale producing them.
Will they get smartwatch costs down though too, to where they may just pick that? How low can those go? Probably not as low as a $5 Quartz watch.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah. But I mean, I'm sure it can get close.
Well, people want Quartz. I guess. Well, it's just cheap, right? That's what you're saying.
Yeah, you can kind of get a $20 smartwatch now.
Yeah.
If you're buying online on eBay or something,
AliExpress
or Amazon.
Sure.
Yeah. But I don't think it'll replace it. Most people are just probably not gonna wear.
Well, it hurt the Quartz watch industry, I guess. Like Quartz being introduced hurt the Swiss watch industry. You think they'll feel any effect?
I don't think it's going to be as catastrophic, right? As to the mechanical watch industry. I think Quartz will adapt, right? And so they'll start making, maybe this is the impetus to start making a lot more good looking Quartz watches. There are a lot of good looking Quartz watches, but maybe even more. So I really don't see Quartz getting hurt that much at all, because there's 7 billion people in the world, or whatever the number amount is, and not everybody is going to want a smartwatch. You know what I mean? So I just don't see that as a factor.
I agree with you guys. I think I agree. There will always be a place for Quartz. I agree.
Yeah. And she mentioned something, maybe I misunderstood her, but she mentioned something about the technology, how she's excited to see where the Quartz technology is going. Maybe she just meant technology in general. But I think Quartz technology has kind of peaked. I think we're at that point where now it's getting to luxury Quartz, which is kind of looking back again. So like Grand Seiko, where they grow their quartz crystals, they age it for 3 months, and they tell you about all these extravagant things that they do to their quartz movements. And I think that usually happens when quartz has peaked, right? I don't think there's anything coming from quartz specifically, because now we're in the smartwatch, and the smartwatch is almost like an endless hole, because it's already technology that is built to be obsolete, planned obsolescence. So that ensures that there's a constant uptick or change in technology, and it's just an endless hole. Kind of soon we'll be having watches where, I don't know, holograms come out, and who knows, right? Augmented reality and stuff like that. Maybe watches will be all gone. You'll just have glasses with augmented reality, and I think so it's just I think quartz technology has peaked, and it's kind of looking back at craftsmanship now of quartz, because there is still craftsmanship stuff that is artisanal when it comes to quartz, like the Elegant by F.P. Journe. But soon, I mean, if there's like a built-in AR thingy that you put here, you'd have the time right at the top of your vision all the time.
What fun is that?
No, it's not fun, but it'll probably happen.
Yeah,
absolutely. Let's catch up and see what the guys say and gals. Bulova burglary. Bulova burglary burger. All right. Yep. Can't do it. That's pretty clever though, James. Forbin Bobby Legs bowl of please look it up on the old TV commercials for pronunciation, dude. You can't come to this stream expecting correct pronunciation on anything, man.
It's Bulova.
Bulova. Oh, Bulova.
Bulova.
It's Italian. Come on, guys. Gringa's less fun. Look. I mean, she does. Look. I mean, she does have some good points of view. I feel. You know what I mean?
It's interesting topical videos, I think.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. She had a really good take on social media ruining the watch world and community, and we talked about it a couple weeks ago. I thought it was some good insight on our part. I think Watch Group has some insight beneath the persona. It's just not as easy to find sometimes. It was a good kick in the ass for the Swiss watch industry. I would say more than that too, right? That is kind of right. The crisis culled the herd and forced a revolution.
Yep.
Yeah. To make an unfair generalization, we would have to have all been into quartz watches. Were we around then? And if you think otherwise, you're lying to yourself. Well, we would have been into quartz watch. I was into. I mean, like my first 3 or 4 watches were quartz.
I'm still into quartz watches.
Yeah, I'm still the quartz watch too. But I mean, like my first watch were Casios, G-Shocks, Casio G, of course, and Timex, Swatch.
Yep.
Eco Drive for me. Echo Drive.
Potato.
Quartz is superior in that ore can keep great time for low cost, but you lose the ingenuity and artistry of movement design and usually finishing, with some exceptions. But if movement design is not what attracts you to a watch, right? Because there's some of us who could care less about what the movement is in the watch. If it's other things like the finish, other things like the dial, whatever, then the ceiling is a little bit higher for quartz, because you don't see too many quartz watches other than what you see now from Grand Seiko and the Elegant from F.P. Journe. Maybe there's others that I'm not thinking of right now, but you don't see a lot of those brands really expanding that. So the ceiling, there's potential there, I think.
Longines makes a nice one to the VHP, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's another high accuracy, good one. I'd like to check one out at some point.
Yeah, a really cool technology on that is there's a little dot that you use as like Morse code or something with your cell phone's flashlight.
Yeah.
To, to set the time.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's really cool. Yeah.
Wilson is old school. Love me some oyster quartz, but that is old school. That's good. Okay. Steve wants to know: would you pay for a Benzinger if it had a quartz movement? If you gave me their dials, if it's still hand finished or hand guillocheed, and it had a quartz movement in it, and if it had like maybe like an interesting engraved case back. I mean, I bought my Jaeger and Benzinger because of Benzinger's artistry with a dial, and so yeah, I mean, would I pay as much? I don't know. I don't think so. But sure, yeah, I think that specific example you're giving to me, I would buy a Quartz watch if he did everything else like he does, like he does. Um, Citizen also makes some very high-end Quartz watches. Yeah, true. Um, Victorinox was my gateway. Do you think in 20 or 30 years we all might say, how could I have missed that? I think the Quartz is yet to evolve more. The mechanic watch will look like the cotton gin. I'm sad for that. Okay, I mean that's a little harsh, in my opinion.
What's a
In
cotton
regards,
gin?
so cotton gin, it was a
Eli Whitney.
machine. Yeah, Eli Whitney is like, I don't know, is it machine mechanical or how would you call it? Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
that picked
the
cotton
cotton.
instead of
Oh,
like
okay.
being hand picked, right? It
Yeah.
kind of like yeah.
Okay.
One of the best features, of course, is In the Glow. Had a Nautica that was my favorite movie theater watch. Press the button and bam. I used to do that too in a movie theater. Just annoy people.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, latest course watch with lots of community support was a Tissot PRX. Very true.
Yeah.
That was a good looking watch. Very
Timex Q before that. Yeah.
yeah. Absolutely. Um, I am very likely to get a Cartier Tank Solar if this DJ falls through. Love that watch. It's a good looking watch.
It is.
It's a good looking watch. All right, guys, we're at just after 10 o'clock and it's Sunday night. You guys partying still?
Party.
Are you guys going to party still after when we're done here? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Big
gonna
time.
shine my shoes.
You're going to shine your shoes?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Is that part of your routine?
Sounds wild.
Yeah, sounds like. Is that
Yeah.
code for something? Is that part of your your routine to get ready for next day work? You shine shoes. Do you lay out your clothes from the night before? Are you one of those guys?
I don't do that. I have like my closet is arranged in a chronological order, so I just go grab what's in front, kind of. So
Wait,
I
what?
don't really have to lay out my clothes.
Wait. So, okay. So, do you mean like wait? What do you mean chronological? Or like, do you mean like in a weekly or like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday?
No, I have to wear all my clothes. Oh boy, okay. I have to wear all my clothes equally, so they rotate.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Mrs. Legs would really like that. She's so.
Yeah, my wife would love that. My clothes are on the floor. I just they're clean and they're in a well, I run in pajamas. I work in pajamas pretty much, so I'm lucky that way.
Okay, so
I don't have to think about what I'm gonna wear because all my clothes, my pants match all my shirts match all my pants. So I just grab the pants that are next and the shirt that's next. So,
okay. So do you have it like 2 weeks out, 1 week out?
about a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you rotate like 6 shirts.
Yeah. So
So
once
you
I
have yours.
wear it, it goes in the laundry, and then it comes out of the laundry. It goes to the back. So it
I love you.
But so do you have like
maybe I am a sociopath.
yeah. So do you have like a
yawn?
yeah. So do you have a consistent Monday shirt though? Like is it always
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
There is enough eccentricity in the rotation that I don't wear the same shirt every week.
So So people are working. It's like, it's pastel blue Monday for Sanjay. No,
no, that
no,
doesn't
they.
happen.
So does it
Sanjay,
like if you wore a shirt on a Monday and the next time you wear it's a Thursday, is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's okay.
Okay.
I love you, Sanjay. Sanjay's so pure. Great idea, Sanjay. Really? Wow. Getting all Sanjay's all of that is all that is good in the world. Well, I mean, just like be careful about that statement because car accidents, maybe you don't want to. Yeah, that's true. I do have my Slayer concert tees in rotation. So do you alternate shoes, or
Yes,
do
I do
you?
actually.
Yeah, because that's smart because you get more longevity out of them. Okay.
Yeah. There's a rest day in between. I have a brown pair and a black pair, and I have my sneakers. Yeah.
Sanjay would make a good Santa Claus. Okay. I agree. I don't know why, but I agree. Will videos like this be used as evidence in the future?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, James. Sanjay's hidden rage. He doesn't have hidden rage. Okay. So, all right. Any videos coming up this week, Sanjay?
Yes. I will be doing an unboxing of the Planet Ocean, but I kind of made it so that I'll unbox it, but at the same time talk about the comparison between the neck tint. So kind of like a weird mishmash of a video. I thought I'd try it out because you said people will still be interested in looking at the unboxing. I probably won't have the same reactions like as when I was first opening the box, but it'll still be an interesting video. So I hope to have that out this week.
Good. Clayton, what's going on with Watchdog Podcast?
Going to record the open after this, and I'll release it in the morning. One of the things, we love our handmade watches, but also handmade accessories. So I discovered through the Gray NATO podcast a gentleman who makes this bolt action spring bar tool, and
that's cool.
And it turns out, so I messaged him on Instagram, and it turns out he went to college in the town I grew up in a little tiny town in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. And his wife knows my family. It's a small world. So I have him on, and we have a great chat. So should be good.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah.
I look forward to hearing that. And guys, if you not aware of Clayton's podcast, please, there's a link to his podcast in the description of this video. So do go check him out. Great stuff. You can go back and hear Sanjay's
Jeff
podcast.
on last week. Yeah, had
Jeff McMahon.
Yeah.
How many times has Jeff been on now?
Jeff's 2 times as well.
Okay. Anybody 3?
No. I think Tennessee Mike gets first crack because he was the first. Yeah, but then you're right after him. So
yes. maybe Sanjay and I can do it at the same time.
Yeah, that'd be great. Well, we want to do one with reference number Easter eggs.
Yes.
What the hidden why reference numbers are the way they are. So maybe we can.
That was so much fun doing that with the Rolex reference numbers. Oh man, I had a blast.
You got them. You were very good at that game.
Nice. Got some videos coming out and streams. So anyway, guys, thank you all for on the chat for showing up tonight. Really appreciate it. Love the commentary. Clayton, thanks again, my friend.
Oh, thank you. This was a blast. Thanks for having me.
Sanjay, my partner in crime for Watch Soup. Please check him out at the Engineer Wannabe YouTube channel and engineer_wannabe at Instagram. Instagram, Clayton? What I know you have one. Do you want to
Watchdog Podcast. Yep. Just at Watchdog Podcast.
Excellent.
I think.
Good night, guys. Take care. See you next week.
Thank you. Good night.